Cataa is a non-profit agri-food technological center, and it's dedicated to research, development, innovation and knowledge transfer with a focus on the agri-food sector. The center promotes synergies between the scientific and technological communities and the business sector. Cataa covers nearly an entire food science cycle, from post-harvest conservation studies, development of new food products, to physical, chemical, microbiological, molecular biology, sensory analysis, shelf life studies, many parts in terms of research in the agri-food. Cataa is also in the field of nutrition, and it develops also clinical studies involving nutritional interventional studies. These activities are complemented by extensive experience in community engagement, particularly in science communication, tailored to various target audiences and the promotion of public participation through citizen science initiatives.
So, Neuroclima is a very important project that is aiming at fostering lasting engagement and also behavioral change to promote climate resilience and also adaptation strategies. It is doing this by creating an innovative AI-enhanced platform and also gamification tools that will connect and engage policymakers and also public institutions and citizens. This is actually a really big challenge, but at the same time, it is a necessary step towards a more informed behavioral change and also the involvement in communities towards a more sustainable Europe. So, Cataa is responsible for defining the pilots and the user requirements, and will also lead the work package for the implementation of the pilots across 6 European countries to showcase the different use case scenarios. These pilots will be important to show and also to assess how the Neuroclima solutions can support large-scale participation and deliberation on climate-related topics, and they will actually be a very critical step to validate and to improve these tools that we are developing.
Cataa is actually experience as a past experience in building a living lab towards a more sustainable, inclusive and healthier food system. So actually in the city where we are actually located in Portugal. So with this living lab we intend to meet the 4 key priorities of the Food 2030. This living lab was actually built in a previous ongoing H2020 project, which is called Fusili. So within this living lab, while building the food system here within this living lab, so we actually gained quite good experience in engaging with communities, including citizens, schools. For example, the senior university was another example, local organizations, and we had workshops, practical actions, awareness initiatives, bringing people to the labs, actually, like citizen science initiatives, which was very, surprisingly, was very well accepted by the population. And also, during all these actions, Cataa effectively communicates the importance of healthy, sustainable food practices and empowers individuals to make actually more informed choices. Not also the general population, but also we actively engage with policymakers and regulatory bodies. And I must highlight, this is very important also for Neuroclima, as one of the pilots will actually be focused on those kind of stakeholders. We actually engage with them, with these policymakers, to promote to advocate for policies for promoting sustainable food safety, healthy dietary practices, etc. So overall, we have experience in international projects, like we have a previous Horizon project, and of course a very strong experience in engaging with the local community and all sorts of stakeholders, and this will be very important to actually deliver the pilots in the end of the Neuroclima. This experience will be fundamental to actually have a good good results and engagement for the use cases within the pilots. So we would say that one of the first points that are actually crucial for the success of Neuroclima is a strong stakeholder engagement. So we have to actively involve end users, such as journalists, policymakers, students, teachers, and other participants, other citizens of the local communities, and ensure that the solutions are actually the solutions that we present within Neuroclima are practical, user-driven, and tailored to real-world needs. So their feedback, the end-user feedback, will be essential for refining our approach. And then we must not forget that we also have to have a holistic approach. So consider all sorts of points and views within the climate change, which is a very complex subject. And we believe that we must, since we have this complexity around the climate change, we believe that the clear vision with specific measurable objectives, and combined of course with a strong leadership, will be essential for the success of Neuroclima. One of the points that we must take into consideration to have a success in Neuroclima is also to count on the differences we have across the 6 countries involved in the pilots. So when actually developing these pilots with the local communities within the 6 countries that will be involved in the Neuroclima pilots, we must take into consideration the culture changes, the habits that people have, different habits, and probably we should consider different approaches. So this is very important. This heterogeneous characteristics should be taken into consideration to have success in our results. Equally important is actually to ensure effective communication and foster collaboration between partners. This will be essential to actually reach a good solution for everyone.
So Cataa envisions Neuroclima as an important platform that will provide both reliable and also accessible information on climate change and climate change related topics. And this will contribute to a large scale and long-term citizen literacy and also their engagement in policy making and adaptation strategies to climate change. Here at Cataa, we believe that Neuroclima will significantly increase the public understanding and their involvement in climate resilience efforts.
Let's start with the FAO, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization, that reports that the agri-food system is responsible for 1/3 of global greenhouse gas emissions worldwide. So, and because of this fact, like 1/3, it's really huge, and because of Cata's nature in working within the agri-food topic sector, so we choose the agri-food system as a hot topic, definitely to be addressed when we talk about climate change. So more and more we talk about one health for everyone, not just for us, but also for the planet. So we must take this hot topic around agri-food system into consideration.